Most people think when an avoidant man ghosts you, he moves on, untouched, unbothered, free. They imagine him driving away beneath a sunset, music playing, window down, peace restored. But that's not what happens. Ghosting doesn't set him free, it traps him. Not in your memory, but in his own. Because when an avoidant man ghosts, he doesn't escape you. He splits himself between fear and longing, truth and facade. He disappears from your life but remains haunted by your presence, by the intimacy he ran from, by the love he couldn't bear to receive. And while you're left with silence, he's left with ghosts. Your voice, your laughter, and the part of himself that once believed he could be loved and still remain whole. Today we explore the 6 things that haunt him through the lens of Jung's world, where the unconscious never forgets what the ego tries to deny. Relief, followed by self-hatred. At first he feels relief, a quiet exhale after months of emotional suffocation. He tells himself, it's better this way. No more risk, no more vulnerability, no more mirrors reflecting back the truth he isn't ready to see. He convinces himself he's reclaimed control, that leaving means strength. In Jungian terms, it's the ego's false victory, the fearful self silencing the part that longs for a connection. For a fleeting moment, it feels like freedom. But relief turns hollow. The silence grows too large, and soon comes the shadow, self-hatred. He looks in the mirror and sees a coward, a man who mistakes avoidance for power. He tries to drown the noise with work, with distractions, with faces that blur together. But beneath it all, the same question rises, quiet and unrelenting. What have I done? That inner war between freedom and connection, between image and soul, becomes his private hell. The obsessive replay. After ghosting, he replays everything, your last words, your last look, your last touch. Every moment becomes evidence in a trial only he can hear. He dissects your tone, your timing, your tenderness, searching for justification, for proof that leaving was the right choice. He rewrites the story. She was too much. We wanted different things, but he knows he's lying. This is rationalization, the ego's desperate attempt to shield itself from truth. He didn't leave because you were wrong. He left because you were getting close to his wounds, the ones that whisper, I'm unlovable. If she sees that part, she'll leave too. So he loops the memory again and again, hoping repetition will bring peace. But it never does. He obsesses because it's the only way to control the uncontrollable, to turn heartbreak into logic, emotion into data. Yet every replay keeps him tethered to you, the ego trying to erase what the soul refuses to forget. The phantom limb of your presence. After ghosting, he still feels you, like a phantom limb that aches in absence. He reaches for his phone without meaning to, his fingers hovering over your name, as if muscle memory could summon courage, a song, a photo, a place. Each becomes a doorway to the ache, pulling him back into a moment that no longer exists. He can't grieve you openly, so he lives in quiet denial, haunted by a love that exists like a ghost in his body. He drives past the places you went together, orders your coffee, listens to your songs, small, unconscious rituals that keep you alive in his psyche. He tells himself it's nothing, that he's fine, but his body betrays him, tightening at the sound of your name, softening at the memory of your voice. Because when you love and then run, the psyche doesn't forget. It just hides the pain deeper, weaving it into the heartbeat. Years later, a laugh, a perfume, a passing face can awaken the memory, reminding him that the body always remembers what the mind tries to bury. rage at his own emotional needs. To him, needing someone feels like failure. Dependency equals danger, a loss of control, a threat to the fragile structure he's built around his heart. So when he realizes he misses you, he doesn't feel sorrow. He feels rage, furious that he cares, disgusted by his own tenderness. He hides it beneath cynicism, behind cold philosophies that sound wise, but are really shields. I don't believe in love. People always disappoint you. But that bravado is armor, brittle, heavy, cracking under its own weight. Beneath it lives the frightened boy who once reached for love and was met with rejection, whose heart learned that vulnerability invites pain. So he punishes himself through overwork, through isolation, through silent self-denial, because you reminded him he could feel. And feeling terrifies him. It threatens the illusion of control. This is the war between the persona, the mask he wears for safety, and the self that longs endlessly for wholeness. Terror that you've moved on. He left for freedom, but now fears your freedom. He wanted distance, not disappearance. When he senses you've begun to heal, when your energy shifts, something inside him panics. He watches silently, scrolling your photos, asking mutual friends. If you've truly moved on, it destroys his illusion of control. In Jung's terms, this is his confrontation with the anima, the inner feminine energy you awakened in him. You stirred empathy, tenderness, and light. And when you walked away, that light dimmed. He's haunted not only by you, but by the part of himself that came alive when he loved you. Shame, the ghost that never leaves. The deepest haunting is shame. Not guilt, shame. The knowledge that he chose cowardice over courage, that he broke something sacred within himself. This shame corrodes him quietly, whispering, "You'll do it again." It convinces him he's too damaged to love, so he isolates, wearing detachment as armor. But the psyche doesn't care about comfort. It demands truth. And the truth is, he loved you. He just didn't know how to survive it. As Jung said, what you resist not only persists, but grows. Every time he avoids his guilt or longing, it grows stronger. Until one day, the weight of avoidance becomes unbearable. When an avoidant man ghosts you, he doesn't vanish, he fragments. Part of him pretends you never existed, the other keeps loving you in secret. He dreams of you. He feels you like a pulse under his skin. That's the haunting, not punishment, but consequence. Because love denied doesn't disappear. It sinks deeper into the psyche, where it becomes both wound and wisdom. So when you wonder if he thinks of you, remember, his silence isn't peace. It's exile. And every night, in the quiet he created, he faces the one truth he can't run from. The love he tried to escape is the love that still keeps him alive.